an offensive weapon. We hear more from correspondent Charles de Ledesma reporting from London.
Britain's security minister on Wednesday said he's very proud of the police response after the man was arrested for throwing items suspected to be shotgun cartridges into Buckingham Palace grounds. Speaking to broadcaster Sky News, Tom Tugendhat says the government is in no way complacent about security surrounding the King's coronation.
We have spent an awful lot of time over the last several months preparing for any number of different threats, because the reality is this is a very complex event.
King Charles III and Camilla, the Queen Consort, were not at Buckingham Palace at the time of the arrest. Charles de Ledesma, London.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hey, Peanuts! Welcome to the Hey Peanuts Sports Show, a Wednesday night show that features the sports opinions of the fans sitting up in peanut heaven. This show airs Wednesday nights here on Beaver County Radio, and it is brought to you by TEK Roofing Specialist in Elwood City. The phone lines are open at 724-843-1888 and 724-774-1888. Now, let's introduce your hosts for the show, Scott Kincaid and Bryan Pasquale.
Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Hey Peanuts Sports Show, brought to you by TAMKO Building Supplies, offering Titan XT shingles, the best shingle on the market right now. Give us a call at TEK Roofing. We'd love to put them in for you. 412-969-1167. You can also reach us on Facebook at TEK Roofing Specialist. We're looking for our first caller tonight, so 724-843-1888. Just call in. Give us your opinion on what we're talking about. We got a lot to talk about tonight, don't we, Bryan?
We definitely do.
I'm excited.
We got some Steelers, we got some NBA, and we definitely have Pirates. And maybe some more topics.
I think we want to, well, the Pirates game's tonight.
Yes.
It's 6:40.
6:40, 6:15 will be airtime right here on Beaver County Radio.
I'm excited. Last night's game was frustrating to watch, but we were in it. So we're going to get to that in the third segment. We want to start with the most exciting thing that happened in the last week outside of the Pirates being great.
They are great.
They're great. I pinch myself every morning.
Still in first place in the National League, tied with the Braves right now.
So let's go to the draft because we're Steeler fans, Steeler Nation. It was a great draft. We got an A grade on what we did. We didn't get any superstars. We got all complimentary players.
Right.
That are going to hopefully make our stars look great. And that's the way I look at it. I love the move up to get Broderick Jones.
Absolutely. Great
Absolutely love that. I love the no move to get Joey Porter Jr. I think he only does great here. If we didn't get him and he went somewhere else, Joey Porter Jr. is not going to be as good of a player as he is here. And so that's my opinion. A lot of people look at it a different way, but I think it is the greatest fit since I can remember.
There was I guess he was really, really upset that he didn't get drafted in the first round. And his dad gave him this great pep talk, maybe kind of like a Hines Ward, nobody respects you. Now you got to work extra hard to prove that you should have been taken, not only in the first round, but probably early in the first round. So we'll see. And I don't know.
He's not a pick guy. I mean, he doesn't catch the ball, but he's effective at defense. But is he a splash player or is he a Tomlin splash player? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I think he's developmental.
Well, here's the one thing I heard that, and I don't think this is confirmed yet, that he's going to wear number 24 because he used to call Ike Taylor Uncle Ike.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to wear the 24 in honor of him. And we know Ike Taylor was a great cover corner, absolute stud, had size, just like Porter, and didn't have the best hands. So
Correct.
we'll see if Porter can. Now, he only had the one pick last season in college, but was it because teams weren't throwing at him as often, or was it just because he doesn't have great hands? I guess that's to be determined.
I think it is to be determined myself. I still like the pick. I said that last week. If they can get Joey Porter Jr., I think he's the perfect fit. just like Kenny Pickett was a year ago. He doesn't get the respect in some other pro team either. He doesn't get the fan base support that he does, like Kenny got. He got this great fan support,
Right, because he was from Pitt.
because he was from Pitt, and so Joey Porter Jr. I think that was their big pick. I like Broderick Jones, but I think their big pick was Joey Porter Jr. We have how many? 5 more. We have 5 more picks.
Yes.
So we can go through that. What I want to know from you is what impact each player has to the star. So does Broderick James actually going to help Kenny Pickett, which is what we wanted, or is he more of, because if you look at Georgia, they weren't I can't believe I did that.
Well, you didn't do it. Somebody else did.
I know. Well, I didn't turn
They're supposed to call 724-843-1888.
There we go.
Well,
Call us there.
I will call you back, whoever it was. I will give you your new roof. Please wait till the show's over. Anyhow, I think it's going to help Najee Harris. I don't think it's going to help Kenny Pickett. I don't think he's a pass protector. I think he's a blocker. He's for the rushing offense, and I think that actually fits into what Tomlin would love to have. Let's take some pressure off our young quarterback. And let's see if this Najee Harris guy, who has been complaining, or maybe he hasn't been complaining, but the excuse has been the reason why he's not great is because we don't have great blockers and we don't have these things. And so let's go down the list. Who do you think? Was Broderick James going to help Najee Harris, or is he going to help
Jones? You keep saying James.
It's
Jones was an N. All right, so here's my thing with Broderick
Jones.
Jones.
It was Jones. I'm reading from far away. I need my glasses, and I'm reading your list.
Right on. So he was a starter for 2 years, played against some of the best defensive linemen in college football, and he had no holding penalties, 0. He had no sacks allowed. So I think, yes, he's going to be great in the run game and help Najee Harris take some of the load off of Pickett, but I guess the major thing is we don't need Kenny Pickett getting concussions. He had 2 last season, and I think this guy's going to start at left tackle and contribute immediately. Same thing with Joey Porter Jr. I think he's going to go out there, and he's going to be covering guys, the best wide receiver from the other team right off the bat. Then you have Keanu Benton, a defensive tackle, which I believe he will rotate in. Maybe be Hayward's eventual replacement, but you like to rotate that and keep those guys fresh, especially with Hayward being at his age. So hopefully those 3 players will be.
He's a mid-sized player.
Though he should be a definite rotation guy, as well as Darnell Washington, the ginormous tight end they took at the 93rd pick. This guy's 6'7", 264 pounds, and basically I think he's going to play on the other side of Freiermuth and be a extra offensive lineman. So I really like that pick too, late in the 3rd round. And then they got a 4th round guy at Nick Herbig. Is that
Herbig? Yeah.
I guess he's like an edge rusher. He's got a great inside move. So we'll see if he can make the team and go in there. And, when Watt has to rest, because he likes to rest a lot.
He'll be one to watch in Latrobe.
So, he likes to take series off. So if this guy can play a couple series, each game, that'll be good. And then we had some interesting 7th round picks, another defensive back, Corey Trice Jr., and then we took Spencer Anderson, another offensive lineman in the 7th round. So we'll see if those guys can maybe make the special teams, and we'll see from there. My interesting thing that I have here was the offensive line last year was not the best. They improved after the bye week, but I think with the additions of the tight end and the new tackle that, what do we do with Chooks, who played right tackle, and Dan Moore, who played left tackle? I'm assuming they're going to be battling out for right tackle. Any thoughts on that?
To me, I think we look at it from 2 different sides here. We have stars on the team, and then you have accompanying players. We bought the draft. We just got accompanying players. We got real good players, and hopefully our stars will shine. That's the idea. That's the impression I got from Steeler Nation in the draft is we already have our stars.
Right. We had our shiny new pieces.
So we're going to give you
now all the guys that do the dirty work.
Right.
For
so,
sure. There was a couple things in the draft that they
I think
didn't
we
address.
missed out. It's my opinion. I think we should always get at least one star. There's no star players. There's nobody in the draft. This is just my opinion. So I don't give them an A, but I do like that they got great accomplices.
But what if Joey Porter Jr. shuts down the Bengals passing offense a little bit?
Still won't make the poster.
What poster?
Exactly.
Like the dunking poster?
Exactly. It was Joey. I mean, he'll get some jerseys. I bet you they sell a bunch of Porter Joders.
I'm sure there will be.
They do. But, I mean, he's not the star player. So this draft was full of a lot of stars.
But we got the grunt guys.
Yeah, some teams got some really good steals this year. Who do you think won the draft? If we were going to get
the Eagles.
The Eagles totally. You might as well call them the Philadelphia Bulldogs because they're all Georgia.
Right.
And they just won back-to-back national championships, and they just got all their best players except for the quarterback who went to the Rams, who I think got second place. They're runner-up in the draft. They did really good.
Yeah, I think.
And Detroit did really good. They got Hendon Hooker. I didn't like the Titans, so I'm from Tennessee, if you guys didn't know. But I didn't like the
Will
Titans.
Levis.
I didn't like.
It's not. I was telling my mom it was Levi's because the jeans, but it's Levis, right?
It's Levis.
It is Levis. Okay,
Levis.
I thought it was Levi's too. To be completely honest.
Oh no, it's Will Levis.
Yeah, I'm like there. I'm like the Levi's, like the jeans, Mom, and she was like, oh, that's not what they just said. I said, okay. So we'll see what the Titans do.
He reminds me of the quarterback out of Vanderbilt that went on to the Bears. Because Kentucky's always been bad at football. And this guy came around, and they were relevant. They were ranked in the top 10. And then they got spanked by a few teams in the SEC, but they were still kind of relevant. They did okay, but they did Vanderbilt okay. And now that he's gone, I don't know where Kentucky's going to be ranked next year. I don't imagine it'll be any kind of the expectations they had last year, which they expected Kentucky to win the East. They totally didn't win the East. The guy wasn't that great, and like Najee Harris, blaming I don't have anybody blocking, he was blaming I'm on Kentucky's football team. He went to the Columbine, he did pretty good. I don't really like Titans picking him as a superstar, and we just said this last week. Nobody picks these quarterbacks 2 years in a row, and they did. The Titans.
Yeah, I don't know what they have, like 3 quarterbacks now, and
right.
I guess.
I really kind of wish that the Steelers helped the Titans pick because Derrick Henry needs somebody to block for him. I mean, they're like, we don't need blockers. He could just carry 3 or 4 of them downfield, and that's not going to work. So I kind of like where this is going, but then let's look at the value. Let's just imagine you're not playing football. All these guys are worth how much money? How much are your stars worth?
Yeah, I guess Harris, is this his final season? And then I think he has another year after that, then we'd have to pick up his option.
Might be the case, yeah.
Okay. We'll
check during the break.
And the couple positions that I think the Steelers, listen, they weren't going to plug all their holes in one draft, of course. I mean, they just had so many holes. I think the 2 positions that they're still weak at are center and inside linebacker. So we'll see who they can get or what they've done. Maybe next year those will be their priority positions. Mason Cole's been a decent center, but I don't think he's a good center. So we'll see, especially at the inside linebacker. They were terrible against the run the last 2 years, and we'll see.
I think anywhere you have a star, you need a backup. And
depth's important, especially with the concussion protocol. So it's not just injuries now. It's
correct.
You go to the tent, you're likely not coming back to the game.
I'm from the impression I got from what happened, we're totally happy in Pittsburgh having Mitch Trubisky be our quarterback just in case. And I thought they would have made some, different, at least opportunities there to have some depth at that position, the most important position in football. You're listening to 95.7 FM and 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, along with 1230 MB WBVP and 1460 WNBA. We're also streaming live on beavercountyradio.com and on Facebook Live this evening. Call in. We need to hear what your opinion is. 724-843-1888. Be right back. Thanks.
Hey, it's the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association, proudly announcing its 2022-2023 remaining season. Show number 4, Chester Gregory, Tribute to Jackie Wilson and Friends, Thursday, April 20th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. And show number 5, Through the Years with the Kenny Rogers Band, featuring Donnie Gatlin. Wednesday, May 3, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. Concerts held at the Beaver Falls Middle School Auditorium. For more information, contact Peggy McCullough at 724-846-3203. That's 724-846-3203. Please visit our website, www.bbcommunityconcert.org. Use your season subscription or purchase a ticket at the door for adults for $25 or students $5. That's the Beaver Valley Community Concert Association.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the PIAA and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Make plans to be a part of a special program on Thursday morning because it's time to Ask the Commissioners. The monthly segment is brought to you by Huntington Bank, the Laughlin Insurance Agency, and Beaver Valley Auto Mall. Click BeaverValleyCars.com. Daniel Camp, Jack Manning, and Tony Amadeo will be in the studio, as well as on Facebook Live to field your questions. Tune in this Thursday and the first Thursday of every month. Call 724-843-1888 or 724-774-1888 or post comments in the Facebook feed to Ask the Commissioners. This Thursday starting at 9 on Beaver County Radio.
Tune in to Beaver County Radio, Sunday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. for Scott Paulson's Radio Stella. Radio Stella is presented by Fry Transportation and is all about the history of rock and roll. Scott is armed with thousands of songs and useless rock and roll trivia that he has put together to bring you 2 hours of jams every Sunday night that you may never forget. Radio Stella is also being brought to you in part by Pittsburgh Guitar. So tune in Radio Stella with Scott Paulson every Sunday night from 7 to 9 here on Beaver County Radio.
This is Chuck Wilson speaking to you. This broadcast is sent your way as a public service of the Jones and Loughlin Field.
In our first 75 years, Beaver County Radio has had over 400 employees, 10 owners, 9 of the coolest station vehicles ever, and 1 radio station cat. Who knows what the next 75 years will bring? It's the Diamond Anniversary year of 99.3 FM, 95.7 FM, WBVP, and WMVA.
Hey, Peanuts!
Sun made up that Hey, welcome back to the Hey Peanut Sports Show. Just wanted, before we get back into the sports here, I wanted to let you guys know we went down to the Jus1More Sports Bar right before we came here. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I got a supreme grilled cheese with bacon. That was really, really good. I got the pub chips. What did you get, Brian?
What did I get? I can't even remember.
I
I got the club. I got the turkey club. Yes.
Turkey club.
Yes.
You only ate half of it.
Oh my God! It was because it was a meal.
So big. Because it was so big.
Yes. So I'll later tonight or tomorrow for lunch. I'll
People
enjoy
that
the
weren't
second
even
half.
eating it were taking pictures of it to put it on their Facebook.
Really, I saw that one lady. I thought she was just creeping on me.
Yeah. It's probably a combination.
Doubtful.
I don't know. She's twice your age. Give her a break.
That's all
You
right.
got to respect the elderly.
Yeah, she seemed nice.
She was really nice. So anyway, Jus1More Sports Bar. I have the best food. They're having a lot of things going on this weekend. Jesse James, the one-man band, takes requests. We went through this last week. He'll be again here on Saturday, 8 to 11. And then, but before that, on Saturday is the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I have no idea anything about any of the horses. I'll probably learn about it all on Saturday.
That's the way I do it every year. I love the Kentucky Derby, but I don't follow horse racing. But Saturday morning of the Kentucky Derby, I get up and I leave it on and I check out whatever it is. I don't even gamble. I just think it's fun to watch the hats.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the big one.
It's
Of
fun
all
watching
the horse races, you can say Triple Crown all you want, but if you win the Kentucky Derby, you don't really have to win the rest of them.
It's fun watching other people have money.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
Because that's what it is anymore. It's just it's basically the Met Gala with horses.
Yes, agreed.
It's the hat gallery. It's fun to watch. So they also have Friday night. They're having karaoke from 8 to 12. We counted the TVs tonight.
Yes.
22 TVs. So get down there tonight. Watch the Pirates play at 6:40. They're going to play the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I expect them to bounce back. We're going to get into that in the next segment. And then Cinco de Mayo is also Friday. We're going to have all these special drinks, tequila enhanced.
Should be fun times down there.
Bring your condoms.
Jeez.
Well, tequila makes babies.
It's science. How can you argue with that?
I'm telling you, there is a science of how many kids are born in the United States, not in Mexico. I imagine it actually applies to Mexico too. But there's a study that says, the gestation period, or not gestation, whatever. You know where I was going.
I
know where I was going.
I know where you're going, and I
Right.
hope you don't go any further.
A lot of babies are born around April. Is right? Is that right? Does that make no? It would be like March.
No.
10 months.
9 months.
It's 9 months.
So how many kids do you have?
We're not going there. I know it's longer than 9 months. 9 months is the term that we've grown accustomed to, but it's actually longer than that.
Well,
totally longer than that. Not for every woman, and there's a lot of situations different. But the average one is a little longer than 9 months. It's closer to.
It's funny you say that because my sister, she's due like right now, and we don't know.
So if you get up and run out,
no.
Lamaze, you're not.
I think
partner?
the family could take care of it. She has a husband.
I knew that, but you're tight.
He's in the National Guard. I think
you're tight
he
with your sister.
Do first aid.
She might want you there. No,
maybe a couple days after. I'll go
change
visit the baby.
To change the diaper.
Oh, it's also, and I want to give a shout out to my niece. It is her 19th birthday.
Oh,
so happy birthday to Avery. So congratulations to her. She just finished her first year at Penn State. So congratulations to her.
First year at Penn State.
Yes.
State College.
Yep.
All right. So again, last week was very effective. TEK Roofing Specialist has been offering for this month 10% off if you mention the Hey Peanut Sports Show when you call in. It's 412-969-1167. You can pick us up on Facebook too at TEK Roofing Specialist. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Karen. And thank you, Kirby, for taking advantage of that last week. If it wasn't for this rain, the roofs would be on already, but they will be done by the end of this week. We have them all scheduled out. So it's supposed to be nice weather the next couple of days. thank goodness this weather's been lousy. Just been lousy.
That's okay. We had a mild winter, so I can handle a little bit of this spring coldness. I'm okay with it. I know work you want it to be nicer, but
well, that's why you're wearing the cargo shorts.
I do have on flip flops and cargo shorts.
And I was wearing my suit today. It was so cold.
Gotcha.
Got this little alarm in my car now. It says the car tells you roads may be icy. I'm like, what the hell? It's 38 degrees. Did I miss something in science class?
May 3rd.
I mean, 32 degrees freezes. Why is my car telling me that the road could freeze at 38 degrees when it's outside? I don't know. Anyhow, we'll go on. We're going to get into some sports now. Appreciate you guys putting up with that.
Thanks.
I want to talk about the NBA because he's back.
Oh, good Lord.
I know you hate him. And
we could have started with any other team, and you start with the Lakers. You're doing this to me already.
Well, I picked the Warriors to be unbeatable, and yet the Lakers kind of put them right. I mean, they're close. This should be the final. These are two legends you got two players that are in the conversation of greatest of all time playing each other.
Not in my book.
And they're not they're not seated that high. They're not the favorites to win all this thing. But yet you have two legends that are playing the game.
Yeah, Steph Curry and LeBron James. I'll tell you what, though. Down 3, I don't know why Jordan Poole shot a 28-foot jumper with plenty of time left to pass it to Steph Curry or anybody else or move closer to the basket. And the Warriors ended up losing
by 2 points.
I think it was 4 eventually. I think with the free throws. But Anthony Davis, he had 30 points, 4 blocks, and 23 rebounds.
Wow. If he's healthy the rest of the way. I don't know how LeBron doesn't get his 5th ring. I just don't know.
Right.
I just don't know how that happened.
I mean, Davis carried LeBron in the bubble to a championship.
Mine came out. Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, but
can't wait to get that new studio, Matt. How long before we go? Oh, I'm not allowed to say that.
No.
Oh.
That studio's on an island somewhere. We're not supposed to say anything.
I hope it's not Epstein's Island. Yikes.
No. Okay. Let's just move on from that.
All right.
But to your point about the whole idea of legends, being what it is, the problem is this is the 5th time they've met in the playoffs.
It's getting old.
Curry's won them all except for one.
Yeah, but they faced off in the finals 4 straight years, and now they're all both 4 or 5 years older now. It just doesn't feel the same.
Right.
That makes them less great.
It doesn't make them less great.
It just makes it more boring.
Yeah.
Done again. It's
and I think too, back when it was sort of the big stage where everything was like, oh yeah, we have to see this. Now it's just like it's a second round of the Western Conference. Both teams aren't in their prime anymore. And yeah, it almost feels like, seeing like Jordan and Ewing like in 2000, like after the fact.
Yeah.
Totally disagree with you. The Warriors are the reigning champs. So you can't say that. They are the reigning champs. Even though they were the 6th seed coming in, they're the reigning champs.
I didn't say they were bad. I'm just saying I don't want to watch it.
You said they weren't in their prime. Well, you can't get more prime than I'm the reigning champ. That's your prime. You're in your prime. Unless you just lost every player. When they lost no players since they won the championship last year, they're in their prime.
Well, Michael Jordan was not in his prime in 1998 when he won the NBA title for the 6th time. He was not the Michael Jordan that went out there and scored 40-some in a series. He was mid-range Michael Jordan. He was not high-flying Michael Jordan.
And that was boring to watch?
No, that was great.
So how are we comparing that to this is boring to watch? Okay. Because they've already done it before and we're tired of watching it because it's not great because we just love Michael Jordan. We just love him so much that it takes away from, I think, it just takes away from other players. All great stars take away from the up and coming. Because you have faithful fans. Once you become like, no one's going to race as good as Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Dale Earnhardt. And I just named 80% of the NASCAR fans out there.
Right.
No one's going to be as good. Martin Truex Jr. just got nominated to the top 25 drivers of all time. No one cares because you're not Dale Earnhardt and you're not Dale Earnhardt Jr. or his nephew or his son or anybody else. So it just takes away from it. I thought the game last night was really good to watch. It was competitive. It was fairly called. There was some bad play decisions by Poole, like you said, in the game, and there was some reasons you can always be like Monday quarterback, like you were saying the other day, about how they lost. But I thought that was very entertaining. That was a very good product the NBA put out, and I think this is the series to watch. Now, I could be wrong when it comes down the pike, I guess.
Well,
because they're not going to be in the finals. They're now, and they have to beat somebody else and somebody else to win it all.
Right. LeBron's not in his prime, and let me explain why. He can't cover anybody on defense. I think he blocked Steph Curry on some help defense the one time, but he's so slow anymore. The only time he hustles is when it's a fast break and he can get a dunk. And just like all season, he was 1 for 8 from the three-point line again. He keeps jacking them up. And it's one thing if you're Steph Curry or Klay Thompson and you're the best three-point shooter, and maybe they're not going in all game, you keep shooting them. But when you've stunk all season, just throw it into Davis. Let him go to work.
He did that a lot last night.
He did, but he also went 1 for 8 from 3.
His dunk was impressive.
He's 6'9". It better be.
I mean, but that was impressive. I want to say the ball was at his chest when it was going in the hole, in the hoop.
Well, yeah, he can jump, and he's 6'9". What other games do you like? There's a game on tonight, the 76ers and the Celtics. Now, the Celtics went to the finals last year and just turned the ball over a bunch and lost to the Warriors. But
they got jinxed today. It's terrible. I love Embiid. I think he deserves the MVP. It was great to see the emotion. It was great to see all that. But if you look at it's kind of like being on Madden's cover if you're a football player. You're going to get your leg broke next year or whatever.
Well, he's on pace to play tonight. I hope he does play.
But Harden is he's the subject. Now, he just said something. He just posted something about people complaining. All he does is score 50 points, doesn't share the ball. So he doesn't. So then he did another thing where, okay, well then if I don't score 50 points and I get 20 assists and 20 points, people say, oh, he can't get 50 points. See, he's not the old Harden or whatever. I think he has the ability. He still has that. If anybody that's left in this NBA is hungry, like if we're going to rate who's the most hungry.
He was chubby coming into the season.
No, I meant hungry to win the championship.
I know what you meant.
He's the hungriest. He wants it more. And a lot of times that usually proves to be the deciding factor. Who wants it? This guy wants it. And
2018.
even if he takes 16 steps before he shoots the ball, and you can't tell, he kind of looks like Muhammad Ali before he shoots. Like he does this thing with his feet. Like how many times he touched it? I don't know, but he made the 3, and the ref couldn't count, so they let it go.
Yeah, he was on threes. In 2018, I want to say Game 7 versus the Warriors to go to the finals, the Houston Rockets, led by James Harden, they missed something like 30-some three-pointers in a row. And ended up, it's some ridiculous thing. He didn't. I don't even think he missed a 3-pointer the other night. He was on fire, had 45, and led them to a win without Embiid. So, does Embiid come back, or do the Celtics tie it up 1-1, even if Embiid comes back?
I don't know.
We'll find out at 8 p.m. tonight.
We're talking about the East now and the West. What about the other East and the West? So we got the Knicks. I'm telling you, there's something about Madison Square Garden that's the secret ingredient to winning for these guys. I mean, I'm not saying they're not talented, but and I watched a little of that game, it was electric. That place is electric. I mean, that's finals atmosphere going on in Madison Square Garden every time they're at home, and they have home field advantage. They're not going to lose at home. The Knicks, I think, are going to be in the Eastern Conference Championship, which, you have to go way back before you could say that. Way back.
What was it, Patrick Ewing in 1994?
Right.
Are we talking about the Knicks in the conference finals?
Yeah.
1999.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the NBA finals, not the conference finals.
No, the conference finals. They went to the finals in 94 and 99.
99, you're right.
99 was Oakley, right?
No, I don't think so. No, 99 was that weird year where they were the 8th seed and they made it all the way to the finals, and then the Spurs were like, oh, right, you're an 8 seed. Pfft.
Yeah, the Spurs smoked them, and 94, Elijah1 smoked them.
Yeah. I don't think he smoked them. It was a 7-game series, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
In the finals.
Yeah.
Who loved to play Madison Square Garden? It's Reggie Miller.
Yes.
He loved it.
So did Michael Jordan.
And that brings me to Jimmy Butler these days. Now, here's what happened the first game, Heat versus Knicks. Julius Randle, the Knicks' best player, missed game 1. Heat win. Game 2, Jimmy Butler missed game 2. Knicks win. Yeah, Jimmy Butler at the end of game 1, I guess he twisted his ankle, and so he was out for game 2. So we'll see if he's available on Saturday at 3:30 for game 3.
Are they tied this series?
It's 1-1, yes. It is.
Tonight's in Miami. Or tomorrow.
Saturday at 3:30 should be in Miami.
Well, they get a couple days off.
Yeah. They're not playing the back. They're doing like every third night something weird. I don't know. It's the new NBA. They need more rest than they need play.
It has to be television scheduling because they somehow have gotten in with the NBA scheduling, and you either have a choice, which is great as a sports fan. You want to watch basketball, you want to watch hockey, you want to watch baseball, which I like. I like to watch baseball, but I still like to watch basketball. I like to watch basketball legends play. The other Western Conference is
Denver and Phoenix. There's lots of legends playing there.
So if you look at it from an outsider who doesn't watch this game all the time or doesn't know any better, you got to look at the records here. Denver, they swept their teams in the first round? I know Phoenix swept. I mean, the 76ers swept, right? Didn't Denver sweep or no?
No, I don't think.
I think they won. They lost one, I believe.
Yeah, I think Philly was the only team who swept.
Right, but Denver.
These are the two top teams now, right? As far as what's left, you've got the Sixers and Denver are the top 2 seeded teams. Especially if you count the Sixers sweeping. I don't know where they were ranked. I want to say they were a 3rd seed.
That would make sense. The Celtics were probably the 2, so the 3's playing the 2. The Heat beat the 1 seed Bucks.
Right.
Yeah, so the Bucks lost in the first round.
So as much as we love the legends and all this stuff that's going down, the way we should look at this is it should be, in the end, it should be Denver playing the 76ers.
Injuries are a huge part. We'll see.
Or the Celtics. Hey, you're listening to 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, along with 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA. We're also streaming live on BeaverCountyRadio.com and on Facebook Live this evening. We'll be back to talk Pirates. This is my favorite part of the show. Come on back now.
Firehouse Subs is growing fast and is now hiring team members for full-time, part-time, night, and weekend positions at their Butler and Robinson Township locations. Flexible schedules, no late nights, no early mornings, no grease, no fryers, competitive wages, and more. Apply in person at Firehouse Subs in Butler Crossing or their newest location in Robinson Township at The Point at North Fayette. Fuel your future at Firehouse Subs, an equal opportunity employer.
As a parent, you know you can't prevent every accident. Play it safe with the right equipment. Add a mouthguard to your child's sports or recreational equipment list to help prevent the impact of a painful and costly facial injury. Mouthguard should be fitted so it does not misalign the jaw, lightweight, strong, easy to clean, properly sized, covering the upper and lower teeth and gums. If your child does sustain a facial injury, seek an evaluation from an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. OMSs are experts in handling injuries to the face, mouth, and jaws. Learn more at myoms.org.
The best of Beaver County is easy to discover. It's right here on your radio. Tune in Beaver County Radio or watch the best of Beaver County live on Facebook or YouTube video this and every Thursday from 11 to 11:30. The program is made possible by St. Barnabas. For over 3 years now, the show has been dedicated to shining light on the great things going on right here in your neighborhood and the people that are making it happen. This Thursday, enjoy conversation and insight from an intriguing lineup of guests who are creating excitement and having an impact right here in Beaver County. Your friends and neighbors at St. Barnabas are pleased to support the best of Beaver County. The radio broadcast will also be replayed each week from 11:30 to noon on Sundays on Beaver County Radio. Archived Best of Beaver County videos can be viewed on the WBVP WMBA Facebook page. It's your chance to encounter the best of Beaver County with host Mike Romai this Thursday starting at 11. For more information, visit beavercountyradio.com.
What is dedication?
I am the father of a 9-year-old little girl and a 6-year-old little boy, and I find fatherhood both relentlessly challenging and relentlessly rewarding. My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much, from the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night, and every moment in between. It really is so special, and boy, is it exhausting. One thing that I fear about being a parent is the future for my children. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings. But I'm also hopeful that the future holds a more inclusive and compassionate world for them.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Diamonds might be a girl's best friend, but the station that's been your ear's best friend since 1948 is celebrating its diamond anniversary year. Thanks for listening to Beaver County Radio.
Hey, Peanuts!
Hey guys, welcome back. I don't hear nothing.
You do now. You should.
I hear
There
you.
you go. I can hear me. I can't hear me.
What are you doing over there?
Testing. There we
You're
go.
on.
Yeah, you're on.
You just keep talking.
Welcome back to the Hey Peanut Sports Show.
Jeez.
Brought to you by TEK Roofing Specialist, offering 10% this month. Call us 412-969-1167. Also, I got to mention the Jus1More Sports Bar. 22 televisions. There's no way you can't get what you want to watch down there.
Right. Tons of
Just
sports.
No way. Just no way. And the communities is awesome. It seems like it's when you're in there, you feel like you're in the hub of Beaver Falls. Speaking of which, Beaver Falls just had this great new sign put in, The Falls.
Yeah.
Someone damaged that thing.
Yeah.
I'm personally going to put up $100 to anybody that can give me information on who did this or what happened.
Where was Batman? That's what I want to know.
Where is Batman?
Where was
in
Beaver Falls Batman?
Right.
Where were you?
I don't know.
I imagine he's on the case.
He should be. Tonight.
I hope he is.
Somebody needs to figure it out.
It was a great addition to the city. It made it look modern. This town had that old look, but this gave that modern feel, kind of like we're in the mix. We're in between old and new. So anyhow, you got to get down to the Jus1More Sports Bar. Live entertainment Saturdays, 8 to 11 is Jesse James, the one-man band, takes requests. I don't think he knows bluegrass. Speaking from
Go challenge him.
I'm speaking from experience. He already does not take bluegrass.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Oh, brother, we're out thou. Just leave that in the
I
cassette
finally
player.
watched the rest of that movie. It's just never got good to me.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
It would be.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, do not seek the treasure.
I only saw it once. I don't even know what that part. Isn't that what they were going for the whole time?
Hey,
And then there
for you
was
guys
no
that
treasure?
know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It was the funniest part of the movie. We thought you were a toad.
I thought when they sang, that was the best part. When they were on the radio show.
Well, that was pretty good.
All right.
But that wasn't the funny part of the movie. The funny part of the movie was...
I didn't think it was funny at all.
You know it. So we just were talking about the Odyssey.
Right.
Okay, so this movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, is the Mississippi, Alabama, Southern version of the Odyssey. And they just twisted it around.
Which is why I probably didn't understand it. I never read the Odyssey. I don't know. It wasn't required reading, and I'm not a...
Somebody needs to call Slippery Rock University right now and figure out what the heck's going on up there. And that's why you went to school for 7 years up there.
It was a long time. That's Van Wilder up there. I had my own golf cart and everything.
All right. So now we're going to talk Pirates, right?
That sounds good to me.
They broke this long segment down into 2 segments, so I don't care. I think I could have talked the whole night about the Pirates. I've been excited about the Pirates. I pinch myself every morning. Since I've been up here, and I was a Pirates fan down there, but since I've been up here for the last 10 years, and this little device, the phone, allows you to check your scores without having to look at the paper, which is the way it used to be. I'm that old. You had to check your scores with the paper if you didn't get it to see what was going on. Now you get the phone. The first thing I do is I always, and this was last year and the last 3 years when we sucked so bad.
100 losses the last 2 years each.
I still check it, and it's usually around June or July where I stop saying there's a chance. This year, how is there not a chance? Yeah, I pinch myself. I'm like, oh, wait. I'm excited to get to look at my phone and see my team in first place again. So how long does it last? I don't know. I was not happy last night. I'm not a negative Nancy, though. I saw us hang in there till the 6th. I think the coach should have pulled
Hedges.
Well, Hedges, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on in the 6th inning there that should have been done different. I think it was at a managerial level, but I don't think that we need to look down on our team. And I think they're going to bounce back. They're a bounce back team so far. They've played twice as many games as the NFL plays in a year. And how is this a small sample? I think this is this sample. This is our team. We're a first place team. We need to start acting like it. We need to start supporting them. And I think you see a lot of people. I found a lot of people just coming out of the woodwork going, yeah, I'm a Pirates fan. Where last year, it's baseball. They wouldn't say they weren't a Pirates fan, but it's baseball. But
last night they left 11 men on base. And we're 0 for 10 with runners on in scoring position. 0 for 10. I mean, you can't do that against the best team in baseball.
You can't do that, period.
Right. Yeah, you can't do that against the Reds, but you especially can't do that versus the best team in baseball.
Right.
Yeah, and then they had Hedges go up to hit in the 6th inning, and I didn't understand it because he's batting 150. No, he's batting like 150, and it's just I don't understand what they were doing there. Get somebody in there to pinch hit, and
they pinched it before him, and then they bunted the pinch hitter. It was the weirdest thing you ever seen.
Yeah,
with Matias, they pinched it Matias with somebody, and then it went down.
They messed it up. That's what they did.
They totally messed it up.
They
were already down 3-1. They had an opportunity to maybe get back in the game.
Right.
They were down 3-1. They should have brought. Contreras out. They should have brought him out when he reached 100 pitches. They should have brought him out, and they left him in there, and then he got hit. And it is what it is. Like you say, I'm talking to my buddy, who's a baseball tutor. He works with me every day. He's from the Dominican. He has really good insight, and he's been up here for some years now, and he says, I don't understand the fans here. It's one game. We're 20-10. And the Pittsburgh Pirate fans, after one game, have already said, told you, we're going to suck. And I'm with him. I don't get it either. I mean, you're going to lose a game. We lost the game to the Dodgers. We actually kind of felt the exact same way, didn't we? When this happened against the Dodgers, what'd we do? Come back and won them. We come back and beat. This is a resilient team. I was listening to an interview with Connor Joe. That's my man, too. Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
If no one else has nicknamed him Joe Dirt, I'm the first guy because Joe Dirt, Joe Dirt, Joe Dirt. I love this guy.
That is not a good nickname.
It's a great nickname.
I would not want that nickname.
Why not?
Did you see the movie?
100 times. It's one of my favorites. Joe Dirt speaks to the core of the American spirit. Life's a garden. Dig it, man. Right? What can you say bad about about Joe Dirt other than Kid Rock cussed him out in the movie and told him Def Leppard sucks because he's wearing Def Leppard shirt. That's the only bad thing about Joe Dirt to me is that he was a Def Leppard fan, which, I mean, I like Def Leppard.
Yeah, they're good at a band.
What's bad about Joe? Oh, I guess he hauled around the giant turd thinking it was an asteroid and it was a plane turd.
I've never watched the whole movie. I've seen bits and pieces. So you got me lost on that one.
Anyhow,
I just know what he looks like.
You got me off track. Connor Joe
yes.
is a big coffee guy. So he's not a high-end paid guy, but he has enough money to have his own special coffee. He goes overboard with the coffee. He has like a hand grinder, this portable little coffee making machine, and he makes sure that he has the elite best coffee. He's a big coffee junkie.
Is he like the George Foreman of coffee? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
Yeah. And he drinks 4 to 5 of these really nice coffee beverages every day.
Okay.
At 5 o'clock before the game. So he said, I usually have my last one about an hour before the game because it's really not time to drink coffee.
Okay.
And then and I can sleep on coffee, he said.
Well, he's batting 298, so he's doing something right.
I want to buy an espresso machine. Maybe it'll.
I still can't believe they started him third in one game. Connor Joe, third in the lineup.
I think he's third tonight.
Is he?
Well, they're facing a lefty tonight.
Oh,
they have McClanahan, and I know that when there's lefties, they usually like change up the order. We'll have to find that out where he's batting, but I mean. You have Reynolds batting 330, Connor Joe batting 298, Castro 275, Santana 267, Jack Zawinski 264 with 6 home runs. The Pirates have 42 stolen bases already this season, 119 base on balls. Like, those stats aren't impressive. It's not like they're all batting over 300, hitting home runs.
But together, that's impressive.
But with the steals, the walks, a little bit of power from people like Zawinski that you weren't expecting it from, maybe. And, they have 20 wins. They got a tough task tonight, though.
Okay, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to look at both of you guys. I think they're going to get 88 wins.
They could.
Oh, that is not the face you gave me at the beginning of the season.
It's most certainly not.
Both of you laughed.
I probably rolled my eyes.
I'll refer to the tape. Y'all both laughed at me. And I think 88's now not even – I think it's low expectation. If you were not, like, picking a number at the beginning of the season and you're a Pirates fan, oh, but no, we should get 100 wins.
Okay.
Based on
how many wins do they get tonight and then tomorrow afternoon? How many wins do they get?
0.
You don't think they're going to beat the Rays?
No.
So you're predicting 100 wins, but we can't pick off one from the Rays.
We only have to play them this one time. It's interleague play. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If we ever have to play them again, it'll be in the World Series this year.
Well, McClanahan's 5-0 this season with a 2.12 ERA.
Can we get them at home?
No. Interleague is just one wherever.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the National League where you get one at home, one on the road, and then the divisions, I think it's 4 series per team.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we beat these guys. It doesn't matter if we beat the next guys. They're also American League.
Right, but you got to stop that losing streak. We currently have a 2-game losing streak. This ties our longest streak of the season. And is Mitch Keller going to be the stopper? Make the bleeding stop.
I hope so.
Well, here's the thing. This is my personal opinion. And it's frustrating to me because I think we were looking for starters. Quality starts. What does that mean? 6, 7 innings?
6.
6 innings, giving up, 3 runs or less, I believe? Earned runs?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's formula is not that. Their formula is win games. They will pitch everybody in a game.
Yeah, they start sometimes off with a reliever.
I did the math on some of the pitches from, like, they have 13 pitchers like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
right? So you go down through there. Each pitcher's averaging 13 innings pitched. 10 to 13. Every pitcher. They've got like 3 or 4 at the bottom that they just brought up that don't have those. But they're ones that have been there at the beginning of the year, 13 to 10 innings pitched average. So they're not pitching for quality starts.
Yeah, it's a different strategy. I believe
it's totally different strategy.
Clint Hurdle did this with the Rockies before he was with, I believe, the
he
Pirates. And he would start somebody for an inning or two, and then your 3 to 4 inning guy would come in versus just starting your best starting pitcher.
He did that the Pirates a couple times. I do remember him going, hey, we're just going to pitch the bullpen.
He also played Sean Rodriguez a lot.
That's not a good sign for
him.
him.
And I want to say, speaking of Connor Joe was drafted by the Pirates.
He was drafted by the Pirates.
And then he was traded from the Pirates for Sean Rodriguez.
Nice.
That's right.
My least favorite Pirate of all time.
And now we got him back.
And now we have Connor Joe back, and he's batting .298.
That's what you call forgiveness.
Right.
In the interview, they were asking him about his interaction with McCutchen and what his impact is. He says that's the thing. That's the key. And so we can look at all these numbers. We can look at all the stats. But the core of the clubhouse is with McCutchen. I'm so glad to have him back. I hope you're listening, McCutchen.
I'm sure he is.
We love to have you here. I'm sure he's not right this second.
He's probably stretching right now listening to us.
Well, he gets all the props, I think, to a lot of the success that they're having this year, and he probably doesn't get the credit that he deserves. He's not going to get the credit at the end.
Yeah, he's not MVP McCutchen, but maybe in the locker room he's bringing that attitude, especially to the younger players.
He's totally the MVP in the locker room.
100%.
Right. Thank you for listening. You're listening to 95.7 FM and 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, along with 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA. We're also streaming live on beavercountyradio.com and on Facebook Live this evening. And also from TAMKO Roofing.
You're listening to 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls and 1460 WNBA Ambridge.
Beaver County Radio wants to pay tribute to our veterans on Memorial Day that have passed away. We are asking anyone who would like to pay tribute to a veteran that died in the line of duty, or any veteran who has passed away, to email a picture along with their name, years of service, and what year they passed away to fsparks@beavercountyradio.com. On Memorial Day, during live mic and teleforum, we will periodically read the names of those veterans on the air to honor them. Beaver County Radio's Memorial Day tribute to our veterans is being brought to you by Al's Corner, Town Square Restaurant, Slurp and Burp Boba Tea, CJ Rombold Engine Builders, Vintage Torque, Spratt's Funeral Home in Beaver Falls, Firehouse Subs, the Henderson Agency, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Rochester Smokehouse, Alvarez Hahn Funeral Home and Cremation Services, Hallowed Grounds, J. Young Refuse, TATCO Automotive, and Beaver County Radio.
The warm weather is back, and that can only mean one thing. Pirates baseball for a 75th season on Beaver County Radio. Tune in and listen to the Pirates Radio Network broadcast team as they take you through every pitch, hit, and out of the 2023 baseball season. Make sure you set your radio dial to WBVP WNBA 99.3 FM or 95.7 FM for all the action. Pirates baseball is being presented locally by the St. Barnabas Health System, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Falcone's Moon Township Board, Keystone Wellness Program, Friendly Federal Credit Union, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, and Beaver County Radio, 95.7 and 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA.
Tune in this and every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for Notes on Local Entertainment with hosts Scott Tatey, entertainment editor for the Beaver County Times, and Beaver County Radio's Eddie Crow. Notes on Entertainment is your source for the information on coming shows and music performances throughout the area. Scott will also give a preview of his Sunday column and weekly Get Out video. So make sure to mark your calendars to tune in this and every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for Notes on Local Entertainment, right here on 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, 99.3 FM, and BeaverCountyRadio.com. Now entering our 75th year of serving Beaver County. You're listening to 99.3 FM, 95.7 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA. Part of the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
Hey, Peanuts!
Hey, welcome back, guys. Got one more segment here. So happy to be here tonight. I tell you what, I looked for this all week long. It's nuts.
Yeah, we're leading right up into the Pirates pregame show, right?
Yeah.
6:15.
10 minutes.
I don't understand why there aren't more baseball fans, because football, as great as it is, you get 17 games. You have to wait all week for one game. Now I only get bummed out once or twice a week because it's another game. They're that intense to me. And that's why it's okay to lose one. 20-10. It's okay to lose one.
It's okay to lose 2. It's okay to lose 3.
You're still over 500.
Well over 500.
Right.
I think if the Pirates go 500 during this stretch they have against the Rays and Jays, I think they'll be fine.
Oh, absolutely.
I think even if they don't, but we were talking last week, their schedule the rest of May looks pretty good for the Buccos.
Right.
Yeah, but just don't go over, because that'll just deflate the whole thing.
Right, and then get blown out, too. Lose 2-1. Don't lose, 8-1.
Or 16-3 or whatever the scores against the Yankees last year were.
Right. Well, but we're doing that to other teams now. Didn't we just win 16-1 against
the Nationals?
Yeah, I think we had 2 touchdowns and we went for 2.
Right, right.
Yeah.
How they lost the last game is beyond me, though, against them. I thought
it's
we were going to
Rays.
treat them.
They were in it. They had their chances.
I mean, the last game against the Nationals.
Oh, that one.
They lost that one.
No.
So
was it. That game made me more angry than losing to the Tampa Bay.
Let me just tell you.
It just made me upset because we're supposed to beat those guys.
So, Saturday night, we have Dart League, and we drink all night and have a good time, right? Sunday morning, 3 of my buddies that play in the Dart League drove to Washington, D.C. to sit through that rain delay and then watch the Pirates get their butts kicked, and then drove all the way back. I just felt bad because they went up to Cleveland to watch a game, not the Pirates, but then they went to D.C., so I guess they're trying to travel and see a bunch of the stadiums.
Ballpark.
They said
tour.
The Washington Nationals ballpark blew PNC out of the water.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Right?
I don't know.
That's what they told me. I
need to ask
were
Frank,
there.
Matt. Tell Frank that Scott and Dave want to do a ballpark tour, and hopefully WBVP, and WNBA will help foot the bill. It's expensive to go to. You can go here; it's cheap. Cleveland's cheap. I was going to go watch a Cleveland game. I have a buddy up there. It's $15 for the cheap seats.
It depends on what your definition of cheap is, because it's not just the ticket. It's the ticket. It's the parking. It's the gas. It's the snacks. It's the beer. It's the drinks.
Right. But if you're going to evaluate it by ticket price.
True. I agree.
I thought we were the cheapest. Cleveland's cheaper. You can sit out in the outfield. Is it Jacobs Field now? No, they changed the name of the
It's
game.
Progressive Field.
Progressive Field. That's right. You can sit out there for $15 in the outfield and probably spend more on parking, beer, and hot dogs than you do on the ticket. Here are the cheapest ones, same day for different game, obviously, but $25 for the cheap seats in the back.
Yep.
So,
is that like the left field loonies?
Yes.
Okay.
And the bleachers. I know because
bleachers.
I had to get a last minute ticket for reasons I will not explain.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, we got to find out this story after.
Right. We want to know.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
We need an explanation now.
It's not at a crazy store, but it's crazy enough.
All right. Fair enough.
I love the free tickets. I mean, that's why we're the Peanut Show. I'm so cheap. I used to, when I lived next to the Titan Stadium, I'd go down there wide awake, ready to see the kickoff, but I'm not going in. All you got to do is hang out until the beginning of the second quarter, and they're just giving the tickets away because you're going to go buy a $40 hot dog, which I don't, but I got the free tickets. They just gave it to you all the time. They don't do that at PNC Park, just so you guys know, because I tried that. They don't do that. You got to buy them off somebody. But you can hold out for as long as you want. Some guys scalping the tickets.
Didn't Rudy do that to get into the?
And then you can, if you
the
wait
Notre
till
Dame games.
If you wait till the third or fourth inning, this guy's gonna sell you the tickets for $10 that he wanted $200, for at the beginning of the game. If you don't mind missing the first part of the game, but that's how cheap I can be.
Well,
in the past.
Oh, what? Now you're loaded?
No, I'm not loaded. I just wiser to know that, hey, it's probably better just to sit home and watch the game.
And also,
plus, I have a wife and I have kids and 2 beautiful dogs.
Not to mention security's wiser.
Right. There's a whole lot of other reasons why that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons. I mean,
minor league hockey in Nashville, before they had the Predators, it was the Ice Flyers. And
what a name.
They won. Their minor league, they won. They were really good. But the guy I used to play Frisbee golf with, or disc golf, he was security. So we could always just go and not pay anything for every game because no one ever showed up anyway. Because you're going to buy some hot dogs and peanuts and whatnot. And so, speaking of hockey.
Yes, hockey.
That was a beautiful transition.
I don't think anyone's speaking of hockey.
I was trying, Matt, to transition. And did you like that little story?
If you're a Penguins fan, there's definitely one team I really dislike, and it's the Boston Bruins.
Okay.
I don't know about.
I always thought it was Detroit. I thought the Red Wings were the nemesis.
Well, we all hate the Flyers.
I moved up here.
It's the Flyers.
We absolutely despise the Flyers.
But they didn't have the best record-breaking season the Flyers did. The Bruins did. And then what happened? The play-in team beat them?
Yeah. The Wildcard Panthers.
Yes, they did. What do we think that if the Penguins would have made the 8th seed, would they have been able to win 4 games?
Absolutely not.
Right. I agree with that.
Best case scenario, they lose that overtime. They make it all the way to Game 7, and they lose that overtime.
What, Jari just centers it to somebody?
Yeah. He'll center it to, their goal, just somehow fire a 100-mile-an-hour shot right into their net. It's just, no, the Penguins would not have beaten the Bruins, but the Panthers did. Kudos to them.
Yeah, I mean, the Bruins.
The best thing to see was the look on their face. If you look at the faces of the Bruins players when they lost, it was like, how did that just happen? It was just great to see. It's kind of like watching the Atlanta Falcons lose the Super Bowl to the Patriots in their faces.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Nobody liked that.
No one liked to watch that.
No.
The only people that like that are Boston people.
No, I'm just saying the look on the loser's face, like, we had this in our hand. What happened?
Well, we all know what happened.
What happened?
Everything went right for the Patriots.
Am
and
I
everything
getting
went wrong
fired?
for the Falcons.
It was am I getting fired look on their face.
And
everybody's concerned about it. Go ahead.
The New York Rangers also lost, so I'm happy about that. I think Matt is as well.
Absolutely.
Well,
Love it.
Madison Square Gardens is kind of booked at the moment anyway. It was probably good for them.
Well, they played their games at Madison Square Garden, too. Rangers only won one of them. The Devils won the other 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad. I'm glad the Rangers are gone. It couldn't have ended a little sooner, though, because, Jacob Trouba tried to kill somebody again.
Yeah.
But, they're gone. Good. Glad. They're gone.
Yeah, so we have Dallas and Seattle left, Las Vegas and Edmonton. Then we have Florida, Toronto, and Carolina and New Jersey. We're getting set here to start the second round.
It's already underway.
We've got Florida up 1 and Seattle's up 1. And I guess Las Vegas and Edmonton, Carolina, and New Jersey are getting started here tonight, I believe, and tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, the other 2 series are starting to – no, they're starting tonight.
They're both tonight, okay.
Yeah, so they're alternating day in and day out. And
right.
All that fun
stuff. I like
stuff.
Carolina, but I like what's cracking.
I'm gonna root for Edmonton for no other reason other than McDavid is just disgusting. I think he already has 10 points in 7 games.
He's not the leading scorer, though. That's Rupe Hintz of the Dallas Stars, believe it or not. He's the leading scorer.
How many does he have? Oh, McDavid's not even the leading scorer on his team.
No, it's Draisaitl. It's crazy.
Yeah, those two. That's just that's all offense.
If only they had a team around them.
Right. They're young enough. I think they could build a team.
I like Kraken. I think Seattle's going to be the team.
They're fun to watch.
Just something about them it's the unknown. It's unknown. We don't know enough about them. This is a whole new team. And, wow, they have a chance to win the Stanley Cup. Could you imagine the Kraken on the Stanley Cup?
I still don't know what a Kraken is.
Do we have to go to break?
This is it. We're done.
Oh, this is it.
You're
listening to 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, along with 1230 WBVP and 1460 WNBA. We're also streaming on Beaver County Radio. Stay tuned for the Pirates game tonight. Let's go Bucks.
We'll see you guys next week.
We're big fans. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Matt.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to next week. We will be back on regular time next week, 6 to 7. Unless we can talk them into 5 to 7. We're going to try. Good night.
Welcome to Pirates Baseball. Right now, you are on the deck for a plate appearance that will capture the spirit